Good morning, everybody, and welcome to today's episode of Market Check brought to you by BB. There is no second best daily YouTube live stream to talk about markets. Happy Wednesday, guys. We are officially at the midpoint of this work week. I'm Snorlax. You guys also know me as Tommy. I'm joined by Max and hopefully Jackus later on in the stream. But for now, we're going to do our best to cook you guys up a delicious meal. Bitcoin, speaking of there is no second best, I mean, look across the board, look at Bitcoin dominance, look at the Bitcoin pairs. There is no second best crypto asset as Bitcoin is displaying with lower time frame strength, with high time frame structure. I'm sure we'll fill in all the blanks in between that as well on this show. But yeah, Bitcoin looks absolutely phenomenal and is kind of serving that wrecking ball liquidity vacuum effect towards many different altcoins. I mean, I'm looking at some of the previous leaders of the market now struggling to get that same bid. I think that is constructive for the market. Of course, I know we all love when altcoins run, but Bitcoin chatting and Bitcoin dominance going higher, as we will talk about on today's show, are almost always, at least since the bottom in 2022, have been positive catalysts for USD prices. But before we can talk about that, guys, before we can get into Bitcoin, and then, of course, how that will eventually bleed over into altcoins, meme coins, and everything else, I'm going to ask if you guys can smash that like button for us. We'd love to. I mean, what's the target for today, Max? Should we say like 300 likes live? I feel like that's very doable.
300 is certainly doable. I feel like we could do like 333 though. 333 would be really appetizing and pleasing.
We love numerology here. Numerology, astrology, we are respectors of the rock and, of course, the ancient symbolism that our ancestors used as well. But 333, you heard the man. Let's get our like button up to that number at some point on this stream. I don't want to have to see the soybeans today. I'd love to just look at Bitcoin, of course, altcoins and equity charts. But if we have to look at soybeans, which, by the way, have been down only, Max. I don't know if you saw that. I think it was Monday we were looking at. I can't remember what chart it reminded me of, but yeah, soybeans look terrible. So for whatever reason, we can buy cheap soybeans here over the next few months. But I'll go ahead and get into the markets. It's like I said, Bitcoin is more or less a wrecking ball right now. I think this is the second or third straight day where Bitcoin is green and a majority of alts are red. That doesn't mean that altcoins won't go up. Bitcoin goes up. It just means that Bitcoin is probably likely to outperform a majority of the assets that are directly correlated to it. And as I said on the Discord call this morning, that doesn't mean there aren't going to be outperformers. There's always going to be one person that can point to, hey, my coin or this coin is outperforming Bitcoin. But the end result, or really the implications of Bitcoin itself showing this much strength, are typically very bullish for altcoins over a long enough time horizon, as we have seen. So yeah, I mean, really, if you are an altcoiner, even if your altcoin is outperforming or underperforming Bitcoin here, you want to see Bitcoin continue to lead the market and continue to go higher. I think what that means for ETH Bitcoin, we can talk about on this stream. But for now, Bitcoin looks like it wants to lead the market in both directions. Therefore, dominance respecters. We're dominance respecters this week. But of course, like I said, as always, we can identify little pockets of outperformance in altcoins, and we'll talk about that as well. Legacy markets have expiration today, so we do head into the back half of October before the election. I was saying on the Discord call this morning, I do think after the election, we're probably going to see a pretty substantial crush on volatility, which will inevitably lift stocks higher from wherever they are trading. So those are my thoughts to open the show, guys. I'd love to get everyone's thoughts. I see we have Unbothered Jackus who has joined us as well. But what are you guys seeing in the markets? What are you thinking of all this Bitcoin strength? And yeah, anything else that may be on your mind on this fine Wednesday morning?
Good morning, Tommy. Good morning, Jackus. Good morning, Market Check. Enjoy yours. I think Bitcoin dominance is going to be an important topic. Not that it really matters in like a 6-month time frame, but I think it's going to be a pretty hot topic, and you're going to see a lot of tweets about it, and you're going to see a lot of debates about it, and you're going to see the literal and sort of proverbial Bitcoin maxi rain dance, when Bitcoin dominance probably takes one more stab higher. And to be clear, and we're going to talk about some examples today, I think that Bitcoin dominance at this point continuing higher, not for that much longer, but like in a very aggressive manner, as Bitcoin finally breaks through into price discovery, would ultimately be a bullish thing for alts. A perfect example of that is what we saw last cycle, where Bitcoin ramped up from basically like 13 or 14K, finally busted through 20K with gusto, and Bitcoin dominance shot straight up for like a month. And then it spent the next 6 months going down only. So I think we'll most likely see a comparable dynamic. It won't be exactly the same, certainly not. But I think that Bitcoin leading the charge into price discovery is a sign to me of a healthy market, right? So I would just say prepare yourselves mentally, because I know most of you probably own 0 Bitcoin, or if you do, it's like a Bitcoin puppet or something like that. Study that, by the way. But I think that you probably need to prepare yourself for Bitcoin you need to prepare your eyeballs to see a 74, 75K Bitcoin with like a 2950 ETH. Okay. You probably need to prepare yourself for that, maybe even a little bit less. And then there's going to be a very fast and aggressive game of catch up. So I think it's a good thing, right? Like we want to root for the king. And at this point, I don't see why 60% on Bitcoin dominance doesn't happen. But when I say this, it doesn't really matter, right? All we care about is that Bitcoin will act as the rising tides that lifts all ships. We just want US dollar prices to go up. So if for that to happen, Bitcoin needs to, without a shadow of a doubt, bust through the previous all-time high, start chatting in price discovery, and then we see that rising tide effect for all of our boats being our altcoins. That's great. That's perfectly fine with me. I don't care what L1 is leading or lagging. I think in a similar fashion, Bitcoin will lead the breakout and then ultimately probably slow down and we'll see a rotation into alts. We'll talk about some charts too. But yeah, anyways, those are kind of my initial thoughts. Um, but yeah, I can feel it, man. I can feel it. Like October 16th, um, officially, like tax deadline is officially behind all of us Americans.
I'm happy about that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, we got that all done finally. Yeah, love the extensions, man. I just procrastinate so much, and like I've got so many different entities and it's like such a giant web that has to be connected. But anyways, um tax tax deadlines behind us here in the US. Also, US presidential election is in literally 3 weeks, which is crazy. That is crazy to me how quickly that's happened. Trump is leading, according to Polymarket, Trump is like way out in front of Kamala right now. Um, so that happened pretty quickly too. Like it was pretty neck and neck, and then Trump just pulled away recently. So, um, yeah, there's a lot to talk about. We are certainly in for volatility because there is a lot of stuff going on right now. A lot of stuff going on. But anyways, Jackus, what do you think, man? Let's get some thoughts from you, and then we'll share some charts.
What do I think of what?
What do you think of unregistered digital securities here?
Man, Trump needs to get in office and fire Gary Gensler on day one as he promised.
Do you think he's actually going to do that?
I think there'll be more important stuff to do on day one. So I think he's gonna do it, just not sure on a day one. But it would be funny. Like that would fucking send the market. And I think anyone cannot wait for, Trump, and all people just want to show a middle finger to him because we had enough. We had enough, man. Like they could have already sent, like, this is the longest altcoin underperformance in history. And I say to a big part, it's due to obviously ETFs, who has, quite obviously they have held the prices down for an extended period of time. And second, obviously due to Gary Gensler and his fraudulent SEC just suing everything in crypto. Like
No, Jackus. They're protecting us. He's protecting. You don't understand it, bro.
He's protecting you from the gains.
Yes, he's protecting me. He's protecting all of us. He needs us in the workforce. It's better for all of us that none of us make it, and then we have to keep working and contributing to society. Do you feel protected yet, Anon?
Yeah, basically. So it's just, I mean, how stupid it is, right? That he allows Coinbase to get listed and being traded as a stock. And after it's done, he sues them. like that's the most stupid thing ever, right? It's like nothing matters. And with that point, like I don't like the idea of this cycle just being like full on memes, but at the same time I like it in a sense where people are like, fuck you, I'm not working for your low ass income, which is like I cannot afford anything with it. I'm gonna gamble everything here because nothing matters. So like it's just twisted up world. I blame fiat currencies and so forth, but here we are. And I think, yeah, as I said, I just like cannot wait to show a middle finger to Gary. Like even just looking at his face annoys me nowadays.
So that's what you think of the market, Jackus. That's what you think.
Yeah, I think
time to liquidate Gary.
It's time to liquidate Gary and all the bears with him, right? Because Gary, by its essence, is a bear. Like his mentality is being a bear. So let's liquidate Gary, let's liquidate bears and send this.
So this is so Jackus, you had said in your opening statement, amongst liquidating Gary is your hope. But you said that because of the policies that are currently in place, we've had some of the most severe altcoin underperformance.
Yeah.
I mean, here's a perfect representation of that. Here is the previous 2 cycles and the current cycle. Illustrated, this is fractals from bear market bottom to cycle top for others, which is your shitcoin index. All right. You can see that the green line is well below the previous 2 cycles. I kind of think if you did get a Trump victory, I mean, here's the thing. I don't think it matters who wins. We're going to have a crypto bull market regardless. The magnitude of that bull market and the explosiveness might vary depending on who wins. Okay. That's all I'm going to say on that. We're not going to get political here. But I think that if Trump does win, you'll probably see our current cycle sync up with the previous 2, and you'll see a pretty quick game of catch up because of the promises that he's made. Whether he delivers on them, it doesn't really matter. It's just about what the market potentially will try to price in or thinks that he will do, right? So you're right to suggest that we are lagging a little bit right now, but to be fair, we also in March were ahead of schedule. Probably because Bitcoin was ahead of schedule because we got the Bitcoin ETF. So in March, we were ahead of the previous 2 cycles, as you can see. And right now in October, we're slightly below the previous 2. So they kind of, I'm sure throughout the cycle, we'll kind of dance around and do a little bit of mean reversion. But we are severely lagging where we arguably should be. In theory, if we were keeping up with previous cycles, we would be at least 60% higher on others than we are right now, if we were perfectly on track with the previous 2 cycles. And by the way, you guys have seen this chart. Altcoins are lagging. Bitcoin is perfectly on track. So here's that same chart, but it's with Bitcoin now. So you can see that Bitcoin is perfectly on track to literally just giga Chad send real soon. Like we are right here. You can see we are tucked nice and tight in between our previous 2 cycles right here. Perfect. Where altcoins are down in this region. So, Jackus, you are correct to suggest that altcoins are getting abused here.
Yeah, I mean, just if you look at, like if you look at Dodge and prior cycle all-time high, it's the longest it's been. Usually it's around like 1,000 days from its prior cycle all-time highs when alts began to run. This time around it's like 1,300 days. So yeah, just looking at this chart, you can optically see it's longer than it was before. So yeah, we are due. We are due.
This is what you're talking about. So from all-time high to all-time high was 1,200 days. And then from all-time high to all-time high was 1,200 days. And then from all-time high to where we currently are is already 1,200 days, and we're not even close, right?
Yeah.
So we'll probably be out somewhere in here, at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you guys want to talk about? Tommy, you seem focused.
Now we can talk about anything. I was just looking at Bitcoin dominance and then ETH Bitcoin a little bit. Obviously they're kind of polar opposites, but I don't think that's a bad thing for USD prices unless you're ETH.
You just had to throw an elbow.
I had to, but I mean the implications of Bitcoin dominance breaking higher and ETH Bitcoin breaking lower, at least since the 2022 bottom, have almost always been a sign that USD prices were ready to go higher. So, I mean, we talk all the time about how important it is for Bitcoin to move first, and you don't want to see Bitcoin dominance dropping this early in the cycle. You want to see majors trade higher. That wealth effect created, and it's not just the wealth effect. I was talking about this with BNB this morning. Think about all these coins that are popular coins to use as collateral, and then remember that people, after they make money on those coins, will use them as collateral to long other altcoins. So something like BNB, for example, goes from $300 to $600. What immediately follows after that? Then you start to see altcoins running a lot more aggressively after you've kind of already seen that move in BNB and Bitcoin. Then you start to see the broader rotation into risk. So if that's the case, and we haven't even seen the real rotation into risk, you start to wonder, okay, well, what's beta going to do? And for me, I think less of like the mid and large cap coins. I think of the beta, because I really think that's kind of the barbell that seems the most effective for the current market. It's Bitcoin and then beta, maybe not explicitly to Bitcoin, but the lower the asset is, it's like Jack has said, we're all kind of throwing everything but absurdity out the window at this point.
Tommy, would you be able to show us some charts? You mentioned you were looking at some dominance charts. Would you be able to show us what you're looking at and why you think it's important?
Yes, I can. Let me. Dominance.
And for what it's worth, I completely agree. I said that in my opening thoughts. I was like, we want to see majors, that wealth effect you just talked about, Tommy. Altcoins run when people start feeling rich. That's literally it. They start feeling rich, and then their collateral, their ETH, their Bitcoin, their SOL, their BNB appreciates in value. Where's the liquidity going to come from? From majors appreciating. That's it. Who's going to bid Pepe? It's already at 4 billion. ETH goes up, Pepe goes up. You can't have one without the other. So,
all right.
I swear that where will the liquidity come from needs to go into history books.
Yeah, it's clownery, honestly.
Where will liquidity come from? Well,
everywhere,
right? Study this. Bitcoin dominance going from 40% back to 74%. We are at 59%, and people want alt season already. Good things come to those who wait. And I think with that, Bitcoin dominance made 2 runs to 73 or 74%. It's important that you enrich holders of majors. Like, what are the popular coins that everyone in the space is holding? It's Bitcoin, it's ETH, it's Sol, and then it's for CZ and probably some Asian whales, it's BNB. Collateral coins go higher and altcoins go up. It's kind of that simple. People put a lot of importance on retail. Retail is probably not going to have stimulus to the same degree that they did in 2020, but I think people put too much on that for what caused the altcoin bull market, rather than the fact that it was actually Bitcoin doing this, and obviously ETH running from $87 to 4K in less than a year. Think about how much richer those people are, and when they are richer, they're going to speculate on altcoins because they think the majors have diminishing returns at that point. But what I was kind of looking at with dominance and Bitcoin and ETH Bitcoin, because we have to talk about it. Now, I mean, like this is a chart that not just, the slow grind higher, but if you look at kind of under the hood, this 3-day RSI looks like it's about to break out. We've seen what happens when we get these momentum breakouts on this time frame. Some people use RSI differently than me. That's fine. But when we see these breakouts or breakdowns, right? I don't want to like single out one direction and be accused of being biased. But when we see these Bitcoin dominance breakouts, you get huge moves on the pair. For me, it's really difficult to see Bitcoin dominance topping until at least like 60 to 62%. At this point, I don't know where it's going to top out, but I think Bitcoin dominance looks phenomenal. And the flip side of that is that ETH Bitcoin looks pretty bad, which is bullish on Bitcoin dominance inherently. I was kind of likening this structure this morning when we were looking at it, right? Like, that's a pretty crazy bullish structure. When you look at Bitcoin, let's re-invert it. There we go. We kind of already saw something like this play out here, where you had this consolidation near the high, a big wick in the same way that ETH Bitcoin had one, and then you had the pressure. Eventually, you got the big breakout. I kind of think that's where ETH Bitcoin could be right now, right? I mean, these kind of look a little similar. They're probably not going to play out exactly the same, but to the extent that you are just kind of pressuring the high at this point, I would assume that this is going to break this way, in the same way that Bitcoin dominance is probably going to break up, which is
very
bullish.
like they're not perfect, but they look pretty inverted from one another. Like pretty
They
close.
do.
Yeah.
They do. I think if you're overweight ETH and not Bitcoin, I don't know. I don't really understand why. Like, I think the barbell to play ETH is, it remains the beta of ETH. We've kind of joked about it at times, but it does seem like it's playing out. Is the idea that ETH exists to buy shit coins, like Pepe, like Mog, everything else. But Solana's kind of replaced ETH as that premier Bitcoin beta this cycle, along MicroStrategy being the TradFi adjacent. But yeah, bullish on Bitcoin, especially against ETH and against altcoins right now. This thing looks like it's going to continue to vacuum liquidity until you get to this supply zone right here, which is this looks like a pretty obvious level of resistance for Bitcoin dominance, at least on like a first tap.
Yeah, at this point, it seems very obvious, honestly. It's like, why would we not? Why would we not just take one stab up there? And by the way, last cycle, see that crazy spike up that we had back in 2020? Right there. That was when Bitcoin went into price discovery. So it's like, I don't think we'll get a move that crazy again. I mean, that was a huge, huge spike. And the difference in that structure is Bitcoin dominance was falling, and then it spiked up, and now we're kind of grinding higher. So I don't think you're setting up for the same type of powerful move. But you could put in a nice candle to 62% potentially. I don't think it would be that crazy. I really don't.
But yeah, I tend to agree. You're going to see when Bitcoin hits price discovery, you're going to see dominance go higher. And as I said at the start of the show, there are going to be a handful of assets, of course, that still outperform Bitcoin. Most of them that are directly correlated will not. Or if they do, maybe they outperform it on the way up, but the second Bitcoin pulls back, and I think this is the key part, is they will not outperform it on the way down, because a lot of it is going to be like altcoin bid will be largely leverage driven until people rotate out of majors into altcoins, which I think is why we saw altcoin open interest hit all-time highs earlier this year with like 20 or 21 billion in total OI. People bid some coins on spot, but most of them, especially the ones that existed in 2021 and kind of have those higher, those more inflationary supplies, those are going to be mostly perp bids. And you can see that reflected in the derivatives. But yeah, I'll kick it back to your chart, Max.
Tommy, have you seen anything interesting with like coin margin open interest yet, or no? Because I know we talked about that a while ago.
I haven't looked at it in a while, but that would usually be a good sign.
Yeah.
Let's take a look.
Man, Bitcoin just, guys, look at this chart. Look at this chart, guys. Oh my goodness. Here, let me just, I don't even need the drawings. How could you look at this chart and tell me that this isn't going higher? I don't.
Some people are.
I just don't. I mean, this is your final boss right here. Is this high? Your July high. Oh my good. Like it looks like it's about to, I mean, here's the thing. When you break value, let me hide these. When you break out of a 6-month, 7-month range, look how long we've been here. This is crazy how long we've been here. The best part about this is that when Bitcoin is like way up in here, here's what's going to happen. I'm telling you right now. We're going to pop up, go crazy, and then we'll crash in the bear market. And then everyone's going to want to bid this level as like their bear market low. And then we probably like front run it or something like that. You know, this level is the new, it's the new this level right here. Everybody wanted to bid this level in the last bear market. This is now your new bear market. Everyone wants to bid at level because it even goes back here. It's literally like a 5-year. It's like, how long have we been here? This level. It's literally a 1,300-day range. Like if you view this whole thing just as one giant monster range, which arguably it is, everybody's going to want to bid the retest of 70K, 60K in the next bear market. It's going to be wild. It's such a big range. It's just nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is what it is, guys. Maybe we don't even go that low. Like I could see a scenario where the 1.618 is retested from above. Because if you actually look at BTC in 2018, there was also so many bears back then saying that we gotta go lower, retest prior cycle all-time high. Did not happen. We front run it by a lot, not just by like little, but by a lot. So people want to be exposed.
Yeah, what level are you talking about, Jack? Is in 2018?
You would have to use a longer chart.
I'd be happy to do that. Let's go to the index.
Yeah. So like everyone was saying, do you see that, if you draw a line from 2013 high, right? And that little, push down just before the bull market, right? This
Oh,
is
are you
what
talking
everyone.
about?
No. You have it. You have it there.
You're
Everyone
talking
was
about
everyone was looking to bid this one, and it didn't even come close to it in the next bear market, right? Like we are right now in this analogy, we are around like 1,000. Yeah, we are like right there.
1,200, 1,200 roughly.
And then people be looking for a breakout and retest as a confirmation. Look where that retest came, right?
Yeah, it went up a lot more. It went up a lot more.
Yeah, and then the bear market, right? It didn't even come to that low of that retest.
Yeah, still didn't come there. So it's possible that maybe we're like, I mean, this level goes all the way. This is such a crazy chart. When you think of this as one giant range, instead of viewing this part up here as, this is your range. Here, I'll make it with this. Instead of viewing this chart like this is your range and then this is another range, if you view it as one giant range, like this was just a huge monster reaccumulation, this whole thing right here, once you break out of this, you'll never come back to it. This is the biggest mega demand of all time right here. I know I like to talk about mega demand, but this is I mean, this is your mega demand right here. You break out of this, I mean, you could you may never come back to it. If you do, it's like you're not going back into it. The biggest support that the world's ever seen.
Likely. So
Say
what
that
you want to do?
You got to say that in Trump's voice.
Yeah. Right.
What you want to do, guys, is really like we are just playing with levels here, right? Like all of these are could, should, would, maybe. We will have to evaluate as we go. Like we do not know how exactly the moves happen in the future. It's fun, but we don't know, right? What you want to do though is right now be bullish, right? You want to, and the chart and everything, as we've been saying, is clearly showing that. You wanna play this breakout, and then maybe you'll get to partially or fully sell higher, and then we'll see where we rebuy. But what you don't want to do is like be on the sidelines and look for a breakout and then retest, right? Because it may come from way higher.
Yeah, probably will, honestly. This chart just looks so incredible, man. This is just...
I will say if you're breaking above the Nashville Bitcoin high, there's not really a reason to be waiting for a retest at that point.
What level is that?
The swing high from I think the end of September. I think like above that, you're probably just going to go right to 80K without any retests.
Wait, hang on. End of September, we're already above that level.
Not September. I meant July.
Oh, right here. Okay.
I'm horizontally challenged, I guess.
That's okay. I was going to say, well, then, Tommy, I have some very good news for you. We are above that level. Yeah, I mean, this is your final boss right here.
Do you know what I find fucking funny, guys? Is that we are here talking about Bitcoin breaking so I might not even retest these levels in the future, while bears are still stuck with 40K, man. It's like they live in a parallel universe or something.
Yeah, for real. Guys, how are the likes doing?
Oh gosh, I have not even checked. I have a bad feeling about it.
They're actually okay. They're okay. We got 500 people on YouTube alone, though.
We can definitely do better than that.
Guys,
we
the
are
goal
conditioning
for
them.
today was 333, 333 likes. Come on
Y'all
now.
better start panic liking.
Start panic
We-
liking.
We were conditioning them yesterday and on Monday to like press the like button before we like check it. And since we are doing that for so long, they actually do know. And like I have to clap. Obviously, we have the audience need to keep performing going into the future, right? Like unless they want to see soybeans, which I definitely do not, given how exciting the price currently is getting. But algorithm, guys, not pleasant on YouTube. Unfortunately, it's decided by the like button. It's not like we want to see those likes just because. It's because it helps the channel grow. But yeah, guys, BTC here looking for, like, it wants to really break out right now. It doesn't want to spend another day here.
No, it might. I mean, the movement that we saw yesterday with that little spastic, run up in the morning and then aggressive sell off, to me felt reminiscent of what I saw last cycle, where they would spike it up quickly, ramp up OI, ramp price up, basically clear out all the short stops, liquidations, all the asks. It nukes back down real quick, and then they're going to send it later after clearing out all those asks above us. So it feels like any second now they're going to just rip this thing. Any second. Because when I look at this chart, this is inverted Bitcoin. And of course, the crazy part was this was literally October 16th last year. It's the exact same spot. Pretty wild.
By the way, guys, study yesterday market check, right? We were selling off. I'll tell me the chart here. We were right here live on YouTube market check, right? And I was saying that this is like a fuckery. Everyone was panicking, like, what's going on? Please, what's going on? Please, Jackie, tell us it's going to be okay. Right from here. Like this is truly how it was yesterday. People got really scared with the drop. And you know what? Study. No, we gotta do it on a slower. Right? We gotta let's put it on 3.
Yeah,
Let's
see, that's a
enjoy
great
this.
strategy. You mentioned this yesterday, Jackus. When you
Yeah.
don't like the chart, just delete it. Just remove some of it, and then you can like it again.
Yeah, it is what it is. But sometimes it really does help, because like I often do it with the wicks, right? You guys seen me do it. Is that it's not like wicks don't matter, but you also want to pay attention to the closing prices. So what you can do, right, is like you will see a chart and it will look bad, but in reality, right, you would look at this and you would be like, what is everyone baffling about, right? Like we are retesting prior cycle all-time highs. You want to see the closes there, right? Like look at this one. This is what I was saying back then. Everyone saw those crazy wicks, but in reality, this was a reaccumulation. Nothing was really going on, right? Look at this crazy wick, right? This is where, like, everyone saw this weekly candle. People were like absolutely over. Rejection, OTE. Do you remember, guys? Do you remember? We had a perfect golden zone retest, rejection on the weekly, right? There was also the narrative of, spot ETF went live. It's over, right? It was sell the news. Nope. Right? You look at the line chart, you look at the closing basis. And I'm not saying like the wick chart doesn't matter. Like this was a clear liquidity run, but then there was a clear liquidity run lower, right? Fill the FVG. We held it. Again, not saying this week was important, but you also want to keep the eyes on the closing prices.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, very beautiful. Very beautiful.
Jackus, it doesn't matter, right? But are you thinking we could even break out this week?
I think so. I think there is not much room really to go down. Like this probably should now keep getting permabit. Like you can get, like you could get something like this, all right? But you shouldn't be getting this anymore. Like this is too much of a pullback now, in my opinion. Not that it cannot happen. You definitely cannot be going down here, all right? Can't be going down there. So yeah, we had it all.
And Summer Collection, thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much. That was super generous of you, man. $50. Absolute beast. Giga Chad, thank you so much for the support. Says, can you give Andy some love and future outlook, please? Our golden boy will retire us. Thank you all. I mean, Jack, since you've got the chart up and you are now an Andy holder, perhaps you could show a little Andy TA.
Let's do it.
Let's ride.
I was going to say before I cut out there, Jackus, I do agree. I think the window for not bears, but bulls is this week. Like you should be getting a pretty violent impulse candle to the upside this week if we're going to break out.
Yeah, we are chewing through liquidations. I think lots of shorts are looking to close likely because there's been lots of hedging going on as well. So it's possible the sellers just dry up, really, right? Like they are drying up. So there could be, wait, let me quickly find it though, but you guys will love it. That could be my favorite meme, man. Right?
People forget what the Bitcoin pump is like when we get stuck in these ranges. People forget why you became interested in the first place. You came here for the pump. Bitcoin has a way of reminding you why you chose to become addicted to doing this every single day.
Yeah. So like I feel there is lots of people who think we will get like a break and then retest, right? I do not think this is happening. I think maybe Tommy, you can touch upon this. What do you think? But I think like it's not likely we are getting a breakout and retest because if we do, it's likely a
Failed breakout.
Like, yeah, and then you would get something like this, right? So I do not see that happening. I think this will rather start chewing up, and you will get similar type of price action as you simply got here, right? Like you'll just keep grinding. Then maybe you get like a sweep, but you don't get the retest, and then you send higher. So many times before, this is just the case. You break out, and then you just keep grinding higher, and there is not really much retest, right?
But Jackus, RSI is over. It's overbought. Jackus, it's overbought. We can't keep going up.
What about the OI and cumulative volume delta, right?
Yeah. This move is being led by perps, and we're overbought. Spot hasn't come in like they should. This is unhealthy. Funding is too expensive. It's very positive right now. Save it. Save it all.
Just like Big Tech says, Larry Fink doesn't care what your Bybit OI is.
Dude, it's actually true, right? It like we kind of poke at it and it's fun to do. But it's like, do you think that Michael Saylor has ever once looked at open interest on Bitcoin for derivatives? He's probably seen like a CME open interest chart, like on Twitter or something. Do you think he has ever once been like, ooh, I don't think I'm going to buy Bitcoin here because Bybit's too long on perps? He's never once ever had that thought, ever, and he never will. That's the difference. And
Yeah,
I
he's the
know I'm
guy.
cherry picking because he's a gorillionaire, but it doesn't matter. You get
He's
the
the guy.
point.
He's the guy who's going to buy each peak here, but he's going to just hold through it.
I think he might actually end up being the richest person to ever live if he pulls this off. If somehow they don't figure out how to take his company from him, he's going to be one of the richest men to ever live. But I
They will
still have
somehow-
that fear back of mind. I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah, I feel that. I fear it too. Like somehow it's gonna backfire.
I don't know how. That's
I
not
don't know
my
how.
skill set, but there's someone that wants to do a hostile takeover of MicroStrategy out there. I don't know who they are.
Next bear market bottom is Michael Saylor liquidation.
You think so?
Maybe. I don't know.
We're definitely going lower than the 1618 when we pull back, if that's the case.
Dude, I'm such a Michael Saylor fan, though. I love Michael Saylor. I really hope he gets away with it. I'm rooting for you. Have to root for Big Mike. You have to.
Big money.
You have to root for Big Mike. Jackus, we need to get to the super chat, bro. We need to get to the super chat.
Which one?
$50. That's worthy. That's worthy of some Andy love.
All right. So, Andy.
Bo Bandy, Fee Fi Fo Fandy.
Basically. Let's see.
I knew we'd get one of the shills for that coin. Since
we are here.
Nah, man. See, here's the thing about the stock meta, real quick. Everyone's trying to do like little copycats of SPX 6900. If the equity market TradFi meme meta is real, it's gonna be stonks. Okay, that's the most digestible, normie-friendly TradFi meme out there. They have a Fortnite skin. It's gonna be stonks.
Mhm.
It's not gonna be like AAPL 4120. You know, it's gonna be like, it's gonna get more normie, not less normie. Okay, so it's gonna end up being stonks, man. If the TradFi meme meta is here to stay. But sorry, Jackus, keep going.
Yeah, so I really think that it all comes down to, where do I put burps? It all comes down to this.
Cheeto.
Right now, listen, it is quite clear Andy is holding way stronger, right? So this is the July high, right? You got the dump for ETH, and ETH is now still, it's gonna change soon, but ETH is still trending below here, right? That's as if, you would get, and let's do it like this. All right, let's first delete these. And let's do this, white. All right.
I remember that sell-off, bro. I was so sad. I was in shambles. But I was also on the buttons. I said, if someone's gonna save this, it's gonna be me. I stepped in.
Yeah.
So did you guys too. I know you bought. Tucker was shoving down there too, man. The boys were on the buttons.
So if Andy was trading at par with ETH, as it probably should, it would be trading right now, right here. All right. I didn't make it exactly like 1-to-1, so like like one, right here, right? That's where Andy would be trading if it was 1-to-1. But Andy, although it is trading sort of, very correlated, it is right. It is way higher, right? It's as if ETH was already broken out and was trading here, and that's a big difference. I think people just want a bit beta. The moment, right, ETH is given a green light here and breaks out, and it will want to reach. And actually, let me put it will want to fill the CME gap, or the largest CME gap. It's not, I would probably have to put I would have to do it like this. All right. ETH is going to fill the CME gap. It's going to retest the origin of the move. And at that point, I just don't see how during this breakout, Andy isn't breaking out much higher. So while lots of people are thinking that Andy is high, it's really not, because the scaling one day, if ETH is going, and I think like 6-8K is minimum, right? And is going to billion market cap. So
You know that Steve
he just
Harvey
came, by the
meme?
way.
Yes. Do you know that Steve Harvey meme where he's like crying and drinking like Jack Daniels?
I don't.
Yes, you do. I'll show you right now. You can keep going. I'll send it to you.
All right. So this a very nice deviation. Here is the base, right? Should ETH by any chance break lower here, which I do not think it, can, that would obviously, lower Andy too. But I just don't see that happening right now, with how we reclaim the monthly open, with how everything's holding. Just don't. That's not like, this is currently hopes you would be playing with, right? You would need some confirmation of a reclaim lower, because until then, the bid is set for higher. So I think it's really just like a few days at this point. Like, this range has been so long, and they prolonged it in every possible way. So I do not want to be like, yeah, it's probably happens in the next days, and then we spent another 2 weeks here. It's, it is what it is. But I do think that it's like super, super close. And the more important thing is it's kind of inevitable at this point. So I think the bid is coming in. Trump leading by 20% is just putting a green light on shitcoins, on low cap stocks, low cap altcoins, on degeneracy, basically, right? So yeah, I think this is all that's needed. I think it has held up really well during this downside. And by the way, all Andy knew through its existence was downside. This is something not many people talk about, probably.
Yeah.
But it has held up so strong during just downside. The moment the market starts bidding, right, the bid will be limitless. So
it's held up so much better than ETH, like structurally.
yeah.
And whenever ETH moves up like a tiny bit, Andy moves up a lot.
Yeah.
It's just waiting.
This is especially like right here, right? This is where it got bid really hard. Obviously, currently we can say it's slightly lagging, but not so much in terms of the little highs, because we are still on lower highs here for now. So while some may see it as Andy didn't pump as hard as ETH has here, which is true, it has also not dumped as hard during this drop, right? Because if you look at it, ETH came back down here, but Andy didn't drop down here, right? So it's rather ETH catching up on Andy in a way.
Yeah, look at this comment. Andy Beta is ETH.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and with that, obviously, no.
If you wanted to do the ETH chart, just do Wolf. Yeah, there you go, the top one right there.
And obviously, the same thing for Wolf.
It's pretty incredible.
Like, look at this, right? This is a textbook. This is a textbook cup and handle, though, if you think about it, right? Let's delete these, or let's hide it for now.
Oh, Cheeto. Where did it go? Where's the chart? There it is. Jackus, you need to tweet this, bro. You need to tweet this. Instant retweet. Instant 1,000 likes.
Mm-hmm. Imagine, right? I was saying this for gold, that it's like, I find it ludicrous how people have been fading at this entire time, and people being like, no, it cannot continue going up, sentiment too bullish, right? Bro, central bankers are buying, dude. You are literally getting the opportunity to buy right here before the pump. I mean,
Cheeto-nomics.
Cheeto. Let's find Cheeto.
Yeah, you can't fight fate, man. There's too much data.
It's just probability.
Where's the liquidity going to come from? Did you see the meme that I sent you, Jackus? The one you didn't know about?
Right now?
Yeah, I'd send it to you on Discord.
No, I was cooking on the chart. So, wait, what? Hey,
you can't paste an image on a bottom chart like that, unless it's a separate, like the gold one. You could.
Come on, man.
I know.
Trading view. What are you doing?
I know.
Come on. Stop it.
Cheeto.
Study Cheetos. Yeah. All right, let's do this. I'll just prepare it. Once you guys start cooking, I'll, in the meantime, do the post. You guys should prepare the like and retweet button on the tweet.
Jackus, instant. I'll retweet it before there's a single like on it. It's done.
Speaking of likes, we're getting very close to hitting the goal for the stream. So if you guys could panic like or celebratory like to be the golden 333 like, we would be very appreciative.
That's right.
Actually, wait, let's. All right, you guys, Max, you can take the chart here. You can cook up something. I'll prepare it in the meantime.
You want me to Tommy the chart from you?
Oh wow!
I'll steal it aggressively.
Wait. No. Wait, Max. I will Tommy myself with your chart.
Too late. I already Tommy'd it. Yep. No, I'm doing it. You don't get to Tommy it. The spirit of the Tommy is to disrespectfully take it. Like you're talking and I just cut you off and I steal it without any regard for your feelings. That's how you do a Tommy. Sorry, Tommy.
Sad voices.
Tommy did it one time. One time, and it's just stuck forever. Oh man. All right, we're gonna look at how destroyed Tether dominance is about to get. That's what we're gonna look at. All right, guys. Let's look at how much money we're gonna make because Tether dominance is gonna nuke. That's how we're gonna spend our time before Jackus cooks up a great tweet. All right. Okay, 1 second. All right, we're back. So Tether dominance, guys. You guys that are regular watchers should know what this is by now. But this is USDTD. So Tether, think of a pie chart. Tether represented as a percentage of all of crypto. Now we're going to put down Bitcoin over here. All right. And we'll make it orange because if we're here, we might as well make it look pretty. Right? Why not? Why not? So we're actually going to move it up to give us a little bit more room to work with. Okay. Here's Bitcoin down below. Tether dominance up top. I'll get rid of this, and we're actually going to make Tether dominance just green. All right. For
Max,
the color,
we need a trading view aesthetics course for the BB Academy.
Well, Tommy, guess who already made a 100% free BB Academy course on how to do just that? Me, and it's up live right now. Imagine that. All right, guys. So Tether dominance up top, Bitcoin down below. Let's mark out some of these key pivots on the chart right here. All right. So we're going to mark out Bitcoin before it nukes in red. And actually, we're going to make it in blue because I already have a red bar up there, just so you can see it a little bit better. Whenever Tether dominance is on this bottom red line, it's been a big Bitcoin top. All right, we're marking it out, making it real nice. Now we're going to mark out some bottoms as well. All right, we'll make these purple. Right before things have gotten crazy. All right, here we go. So you can very easily see the negative correlation between price of Bitcoin and then Tether dominance. So something really important happened over here, right here. This finally started to break down.
Max,
After, yeah.
it's out there.
Oh, hang on. Let me get the Twitter. Hang on. First like, first retweet, and then comment. Study family. And let me put up a Vin Diesel meme.
Yes.
Boom. First like, first retweet, first comment. That's, I mean, what are we talking about here? Guys, everyone go to Jackus's Twitter right now and just smash that retweet button. I want 1,000 likes on that tweet. 1,000. Minimum 1,000. Maybe even 5,000. Jackus is he's a top tier key opinion leader, and he leads this market with his key opinions. You must support him in his endeavors. So something really important happened right here, guys. Right here. Tether dominance right here in February of this year broke down out of this falling, this was a rising channel that called basically every major bottom and major top for Bitcoin and crypto going all the way back to 2018. And we finally broke down right here. And then we had this shift of trend right here. Let's make it, what color do we want? I don't know. Let's just make it green. Okay. And then when we capitulated over here in late summer, we came back and retested it, and that was our bottom. So when I look at this, guys, Tether dominance is about to break down again, if you can see this trend line. I'll make it a little thicker just so you guys can actually see it. Okay. When Tether dominance breaks down, it's probably coming down to this level at least. I would say like probably between 1.5% and 3%. Okay. It'll probably come down. I like this level quite a bit. Right in here. I like this level quite a bit as a cycle target for Tether dominance. Okay. So when this happens, what's going to happen to Bitcoin is it's going to do this, the exact opposite. Right? So you're going to go like this. And then you're going to go like this. And then they're going to kiss right there. Then they're going to kiss. So Bitcoin will do this. Tether dominance will do this. And Bitcoin's going to be over 200K. Right? And they're going to kiss right there. They're going to kiss right there. And what's going to happen is as Tether loses its dominance over crypto, and people begin to redeploy sideline stables into spot crypto, Bitcoin, ETH, Sol, BNB, all of their respective betas, everything's going to appreciate greatly. This is my favorite chart in crypto, is Tether dominance, because you broke a 5-year channel to the downside and you are now respecting it. You had a perfect retest. Like this right here was a perfect retest after breaking down from a 5-year plus trend. Bitcoin is going to rip, guys, as Tether dominance continues to drop. Don't fade this channel, guys. This channel plays. It's already playing. Called the breakdown, got the retest, and it's going to nuke. Crypto is going to go much higher. Those are my thoughts on it. Come on, boys. Where are we? Where are we? Let's go.
Not to mention, Max, that the stablecoin market cap is currently at like 160 billion, 170 billion. Its estimate is to grow to 3 trillion in the next like 3 years. 3 trillion. So as we move up, right, it will be insanely harder for the USDT dominance to go down, because the market cap, like, you keep issuing new coins, which means you are decreasing its purchasing power, which means that the dominance will be just harder to go down, basically. By the way, guys, you are insane on the button. So it's the retweets. That's crazy.
Guys, more retweets. It only has 42 retweets and 104 likes. Like, let's run that up, guys. 200 likes on that tweet in the next 5 minutes. 100 retweets. Come on now. Go to Jackus's Twitter. Smash that retweet and that like button, guys.
Please,
You need
sir.
to study
Just
family.
a crumb of engagement.
Just a crumb. Guys, if you value family and you are an enjoyer of the Fast and Furious series, which embodies studying family, starring Vin Diesel, and then later The Rock, you need to hit that like and that retweet. Let everybody know that you value family. Study Andy, study Wolf, study Pepe, study Brett, the boys club. It's going to be, and it's becoming more obvious to the masses, the best meme coin trade of this cycle and perhaps in the history of meme coins and crypto. That is the boys club. And Jackus is doing the family's work. Put out that tweet, guys. Head on over to Jackus's Twitter. I know that you all follow him.
There
100,
is,
120 likes and 48 retweets. That ain't bad.
yeah.
We're climbing. It'll get 1,000, Jackus. We'll get you to 1,000 likes. It'll be good.
Once Andy is at 1 billion, it will get 10,000.
Oh, easily, man. Easily.
The thing is that it's really just facts, right? Like, it's obviously, you know, we are discussing it a lot for obvious reasons, but it's also like, it's not just random like take, it's just out there, you know. So I think we said this many times, even with, like, you know, when it came to cycles for Bitcoin or Ether, that give us the counter arguments. We are looking for them, right? But they are just non-existent. Whenever people say like Bitcoin to 40K, it's just random statement. You know, it's like, there's a war in Middle East. Yeah, bruv, there's been war in Middle East for like 20 years. Like, how is that affecting Bitcoin, the worldwide asset, right? Like, surely on a, you know, intraday basis, but like, that's not a valid argument for 40K. So when people try to, like, I'm not seeing the counter arguments why Andy or Wolf isn't pumping to Valhalla the moment East breaks out. I'm just not. So the only logical solution is to be on the other side of that you know, counter trade, which is being on the upside.
There's
It's just what it
always
is.
a million things to be bearish about in the world. Always. There's always two countries at each other's necks. There's always tension somewhere. There's always some politician waffling about something. There's always some Gensler guy out there. It's not even to cherry pick him. There's always something or somebody. Bid
I want you
bid
guys
more.
to also study this range, all right? So you understand we are in this giant cup and handle. We are at the handle, and we are this close to the breakout. It's like right here. Let me tell you it this way. Will you be able to watch this chart after all you have seen? Will you be able to see the price up there without you? I would hate it, and therefore I have to hedge myself with having a position in it, big position. So it's just the way it is.
It's
And
just data.
look at this beautiful touch, right, of the range lows. It's clearly getting respected. It's clearly we have broke out. It's clear we had the deviation below. It is clear we are at local range high, the last Pokemon to beat, right? The final boss. But
And then ETH breaks out. And that's
exactly. Andy is just waiting for a confirmation here. The confirmation is right here, right above this high, basically.
You can't fight fate.
Yeah.
Yeah. And something that I've also spent some time on is like pair trades, of course. Because like there's no point in holding Andy if it doesn't outperform Pepe, right? Just like there's no point in holding Pepe if it doesn't outperform Doge. There's inherently more risk holding younger coins that have less holders, less liquidity. If you chart Andy against Pepe or Andy against Doge, right? Like that's all you need to see is that the whole thing is set up for one of the most explosive pair trades in the history of crypto. Oh my goodness. So many will cope. So many will cope.
So much lower. Bears were right.
Oh my goodness. It's unreal, man. It's absolutely unreal.
Tommy, you have something for us?
No, I mean, I think as long as Bitcoin looks this good, there's not really much to discuss, right?
Basically. You just enjoy the price movements. Wait. Am I blind? Must be here. Yeah.
Didn't Trump launch his new DeFi coin?
Yeah.
I think he's trying to raise like 20 billion. I don't think that's happening.
I'm not bullish on Trump's DeFi thing at this point. I'm skeptical at best. Not that I think he's going to rug it or something, but it's just, I think what it means for crypto is, as a symbol, a lot more important than what it will actually be.
I mean, I think the difficulty with playing any Trump meta is that there's a new coin or like a new thing that kind of like dilutes the value of previous Trump coins. I mean, we saw that with the MAGA ticker when it hit 500 million a few months ago, and then you have all of these new Trump coins that are trying to become the Trump coin, and it's just dilution. And even before that, with Trump trading cards on ETH, I never played those. I had some friends who were pretty high conviction on them, and then they launched another collection of the cards, and they basically rugged. So it's kind of like well, we have no idea what he's going to do with crypto, because he doesn't. Let's be honest, it's definitely his team launching these things rather than himself. Or at the very least, he's probably putting very little brain space into into these launches. But yeah, you just never know when there's going to be some unknown dilution into any Trump coin, which makes it difficult to go super heavy into one. But obviously, I think right now, when you have poly market odds that are at like 57, 58%, what's the upside there? You're basically playing for not even a double if you're betting on Trump to win the presidency, and you have all that downside risk, but you have a token where I guess theoretically you have the same downside risk, but a lot more upside potential if it gets bid. It's just a question of, okay, are people going to bid this one, or is it just another like Trump coin that is forgotten about?
Yeah, here's the thing too, is a lot of people forget about this, but a long time ago, Trump had some, I think it was like a casino or a tower that went public, and it, didn't go so well, to say the least. So I just I think, again, what it represents is bullish, but it's not for me, it's not for me.
I wouldn't say that it's like we shouldn't what is going on? We shouldn't view, I'm not sure why it doesn't switch, but we shouldn't view like a failure as something bad, which I know, Max, you don't. But it's totally normal that you like try something and it doesn't work out, right? I don't know, like our school system is in a way where you are disallowed to make mistakes, and in life it's exactly the opposite. You need to do mistakes and you need to be very good at learning from them. So it's totally normal if you try something, it doesn't work out, you then try again and make it better so it works out. I I wouldn't be touching Trump DeFi either, but just like generally speaking.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you generally. That's kind of like the whole thing you have to have as a trader, right? That mentality that you're going to fail, that you're going to be wrong. Just keep putting yourself in positions to swing the bat.
Yeah. What do we think of MSTR here?
I think it's leading Bitcoin. I think that's the only way you can explain this chart.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Like, it's definitely inside of a bull market, and I think it can go crazy. Like, I think Wall Street is looking for $1,000.
I think the higher micro strategy goes, the higher Bitcoin will go. It's a very
Likely.
profound take, I know.
The thing is that they are just doing perpetuum mobile on it, right? So what happens is they provide capital to Sailor. He is just leveraging himself, and then he goes on and buys more Bitcoin. So the price of Bitcoin goes up. Therefore, the price of MicroStrategy goes up. Therefore, he issues new bonds, which people buy and lend him money. And then he goes on and just buys more Bitcoin, which I think still is going to just backfire one day. But it's working so far, just like Luna has, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of the same thing as Luna, but we won't
is.
discuss that.
No,
We don't talk about that.
for now, it's total legit. SEC approved. By the way, didn't they launch MicroStrategy 3x shares?
I believe so.
Did they?
I think so.
No way. Find the chart. I don't think that's real.
No, it is. I know it is. I just don't know the ticker. Maybe the chat can help us. Chat.
MSTR 3x. Leverage.
Oh, here it is.
Bull. It's probably
MSTR long MSTR 2x. It's 2x. Yeah, that's MicroStrategy on steroids. Look at that. Let's do it like this. MSTR.
So they're just using MicroStrategy as a way to gamble on Bitcoin price.
Basically. Look,
But that's why it
it's
looks
quite-
like Sol. You know, Sol's the premier native bet on Bitcoin beta, and MicroStrategy is the TradFi adjacent.
See,
Oh my goodness.
they did it.
They're degenerates, man. They're literally
Now-
degenerates.
As I was telling people in the Discord group today and the VC, it's just everyone's going mental right now. Nothing really matters, right? It's like degens back in the day cared about stuff. Nothing matters. Just throw money in.
Reject nihilism, Jackus. Reject it.
Yeah.
Oh man, Tucker's getting me hungry for kava in the comments. I know that's why you posted that comment, Tucker. Man, oh man, study Mediterranean Chipotle.
Imagine if MSTR is going to like $1,000, right? Rough.
Hang on, Jack. If someone posted this, is this a real ticker too? 3LMI.
It better not be. All right. 3.
Oh, it is 3x.
Oh no, that's the 3x.
Oh
That
my
is the
goodness.
Oh man.
No.
Hey. Oh no, it is.
Oh gosh.
I knew I read that.
They made a
They-
shit coin out of MicroStrategy. That's crazy.
They saw the leverage that we have over here and they were like, yeah, we need that.
They said that's cute.
That's cute.
They took MicroStrategy, which is a 5 times leveraged Bitcoin ETF, and they levered it up even more.
And you're telling me this is not blowing up? It absolutely is. Not right now, but it is. You know it is, Max. You hate to say it, but
I don't
you
want to
know
talk
it is.
about it. I don't want to talk about it.
I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I'm in big trouble.
Yeah, literally. I'm rooting for
Just
Mike.
say
That's
it.
all I have to say. I'm rooting for Big Mike.
No,
I
this
just
is
get such a kick out of you calling him.
Big Mike.
this is Luna in its infancy. All right.
Study the blind side.
Oh boy.
It's over.
Let me see this. All right. Hey. So I want to know when it got launched. Wait, what? Why is it?
That can't be right.
No, it's not. But what the fuck? I suppose it's calculated. Back then, but when it, I think it got launched right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Hey, let me try it like this. What was the other one? MSTR 2x. Yeah. This one is showing correctly. So let's, yeah. And then let's do 3. Oh my. Wait, this one is in, yeah, this one is in Italy, though. Right? It's Italian. I suppose it's also, wow.
How much demand is there for Italian MicroStrategy?
I have no idea. But this one though is MSTR 2x. Yeah, that's on Nasdaq. No, that's on Nice, right? This one's legit, the TX one. 2x1. And I mean the Italian one is also legit, but obviously, Italy has way less
Jackets, we're
purchasing power.
democratizing levered Bitcoin to the masses.
That's another way putting it, that we are going full ape mode in the world. It did not even pull back, man. During this, it's just perma-bid.
Need people to bid my bags like they bid MicroStrategy. Does that? I feel like it kind of looks like PopCat a little bit. I'm looking at this MSTR 2x chart.
Yeah. That's crazy.
It does look like PopCat. What the hell?
Bro,
Sorry,
look at
just
these
the
wigs.
delusions I think about in my head. Or even Mog. Too funny.
Oh. It's right here, fellas. Right here. Right now. Right here. Right now. I know what happens when these break.
Tell us what happens.
0.
Dude, that would be so fun. Imagine USDTD goes to 0.
Well, not really. Don't say that.
Okay, yeah, that would that would be bad.
Let's see USDT market cap. 120 billion.
I was looking at this earlier in the week. It's literally just insane. The real super cycle was Tether adoption all along.
Yeah, it's always been. Always have been, Tommy. Always have been.
Yeah, I mean, look, non-sovereign storage is a value. Stablecoins, I call them outside of Bitcoin the best innovation that crypto has had, and I will stand by that.
I agree with you. It's not as important for us here in the US right now, but it's very, very important for people in other countries.
I mean, I think about like the Turkish lira going down 70 or 80% in 1 year. How much?
Have you guys
I mean, that's a
studied?
5x trade just to hold the stable coin.
You guys studied?
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
6 months left.
I do like seeing Tether hitting, market cap discovery, and USDC looking like it's not going to do the same. We are Tether respecters. USDC is the Fed stable coin.
In the past cycle, the USDT market cap went from 4 billion to 70 billion from this explosive move. So that was 1,700%. All right, let's be realistic. Let's say it does half of it. All right. Rough. I think bears are fucked.
Yeah, they're toasted. They're toasted. All right, guys. He says I look tired, bro. I've been tired for 2 years straight. I've been tired ever since I started BB. I've been nothing but exhausted. It's a lot of work. Guys, thanks so much for being here. We are calling it here. Do us a favor before you go. Check out the links below where you can sign up for some of our premium offerings. If you love Market Check, you will love being in our Discord and enjoying the Discord plus the BB terminal, guys. It's kind of what it looks like. You've seen us use it before as well on stream. It's got portfolio tracking, derivatives data, heat maps, spaghetti charts, high time frame DCA indicators, literally everything you could need or want. We are adding hundreds of new features every single month. It's going to be the all-in-one Swiss Army knife tool. It is out right now. It is in beta. You're definitely going to want to use it. And that is included in your Discord membership for no additional cost, guys. You have two options here. You can pay with crypto and you can pay with fiat, guys. I don't know why that button's not illuminated. Ed, if you're watching, we need that pay with fiat button to be yellow again. It's still there. But anyways, guys, check this out. 3 different options here. If you just want to use the terminal and be a part of the terminal package plus the Telegram alerts channel, check that out. We are in beta right now, so it is discounted. It is awesome. Definitely consider checking that out before prices go up. Again, it's got every tool you're going to ever need or want to succeed in these markets. We bundled it together and we customized it, built and brought to you by the BB team, guys. Okay, you're going to love it. Additionally, if you really want to take things to the next level, guys, consider checking out one of the other packages, the BB Terminal plus Telegram plus Discord packages, guys. What you can expect with our gold package over here on the right is 3 hours per day of private live voice calls with me, Jack, as Tommy, and the entire BB team and community. We also all have positions, channels, and updates. I actually just put something in my, I made a positional change while we were on stream. So the guys in the Discord get to know everything that we are doing behind the scenes, how we are buying, how we are selling, charts we don't talk about here on YouTube or on X. And again, we meet for 3 hours a day. There's nothing else like it. The truth is, guys, you need your pack, right? You need your group. If we're not that group for you, then definitely go find that elsewhere. But this market is simply too big to navigate alone. And you need guys you can lean on and trust and navigate these markets with. And we want to be that group for you. And there's no other groups out there that are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars building out a custom trading terminal, giving it to all of their Discord members for no additional cost. So just because we use Discord does not mean we are like any other Discord group out there. It is materially different. So definitely give it a try. And again, you can pay with crypto, right? Crypto, it's like you don't even have to put in your card info. Send some ETH over, right? So check out those buttons, pay with crypto if that is more your speed. Also, if none of that is for you, which it should all be for you, check out the BB Academy, guys. Tommy actually mentioned this on stream, but I made a 100% free course on how to make your trading view charts look beautiful. If you like the charting done today and you want to learn how to make your charts look beautiful, I made a free course for you guys. It's right there. You just put in your email, you get lifetime access to it. How to get started with TradingView, which is really, really important for people, which is why I made it free. Because the truth is, like, if you don't know how to manipulate the data to look easier to understand, you're going to struggle. So definitely start there. If you're new, free TradingView course, how to make it look beautiful. If you really want to take things to the next level, though, and you want to speed run your educational journey and understanding these markets from a technical and fundamental perspective, guys, consider checking out the full-blown BB Academy Masterclass right here in the middle, guys. It's got everything you could ever need or want to succeed in these markets, guys. I would definitely consider checking this out. If you are serious about learning how to trade and invest full-time, it's got all of our tips, tricks, secret strategies that we have cumulatively used in these markets for decades as a group to succeed. Again, here's a little bit of a preview on everything you are going to learn. It's beginner, intermediate, and advanced friendly, guys. So definitely check that out. You can watch this little video of me too if you feel motivated to do so. And guys, last but not least, if you like Market Check and you're like, hey, these guys are sharp and I really like these guys and I know they're winners and I want them to trade my money for me, I don't have time to do it, or you just want to diversify, well, guess what? We actually have an SEC registered hedge fund called the BB Wealth Management Group, guys. We can officially manage your capital for you. It's a crypto-based hedge fund domiciled here in the US of A, America. Check out the link below, guys, to our X account, BB Wealth Management. You can fill out a contact form if that is of interest to you. We'd be happy and honored to set up a call with you to discuss how we operate, what we do, what you could expect. So again, if all this is great and you want to diversify or you don't have time, you want us to actually manage your money for you, we can do that. Okay, BB Wealth Management. We've raised a lot of money so far. It's been going very, very well. So yeah, guys, definitely consider. Join us somewhere. Join us in the BB Terminal. Join us in the BB Terminal Plus Discord package. Check out the BB Academy or check out BB Wealth Management, guys. But if none of that is for you, we still love you guys, and we greatly appreciate you guys being here on a daily basis. Before you go, at least leave us a like or a comment before you guys leave. And subscribe to the channel if you're new here. But guys, thanks so much for being here. As always, greatly appreciate it. And we will see you guys tomorrow for another episode of Market Check. Take care.